Welcome back to the channel. So in this one, I've ended up making another late night eBay purchase, which was a job lot of Grasshopper parts, which are in various states. So there's a few chassis. Some are broke. As you can see, the front bumper mount snapped off on that one. Same on this one here. There's actually two chassis that are usable. So I've got a plan for them. Now you may have seen in my past videos that I've ended up doing two custom builds for my godson. The first one was Poppy's lunchbox. The second one was the Buzz Lightyear TTO2B. Now I've known Bob for 30 years, so he said he wanted another control so that they can take both the lunchbox and the TTO2B out at the same time. So I managed to find him this, which is exactly the same control, so that way then his son's used to using it and they can just swap, drive whichever one they want to drive. And he also said eventually he'll get his own, which is where this lot comes in. Now there was 6 or 7 gearboxes in that job lot from varying conditions. As you can see, this one's got a bit of a bend in it. But there is one that is basically brand new. Now that's where this lot comes in. So we've got a set of wheels, we've got a chassis, we've got a body, we've got a gearbox. A few other bits needed. We've got servo horns, we've got steering arms, and we've got the turnbuckle ends. The rest of the bits we need, so battery door, sidebars. There are some lower arms, steering knuckles, all the rest of the stuff, shocks as well. All in all, there's enough for 2 grasshoppers, but we're going to build one up. Now, one of the things we discussed for one of Blake's first cars was the RC car out of Toy Story. I'm sure you've all seen it, the green one. What I'm going to do is surprise him for his birthday with his own control. But what he doesn't know is there's going to be a grasshopper as well. So first step, I need to get everything cleaned up. Also need to remove the paint off this. As you can see, it's black, but it's actually in good condition. There's no cracks. Doesn't seem to be any scratches or anything. So we need to remove the paint. So to do that, we're actually going to use brake fluid. So I'm going to get some paper towels, soak them in the brake fluid, cover this and remove as much of the paint as I can using that. Then we'll rinse it off and sand any more paint off that we need to get it primed and get it ready for paint. So next time you see this, hopefully all the black paint will be gone. Also, by the time he sees this video, he'll have already had it anyway, so it's fine. So that was a bit of a fail. For whatever reason, the brake fluid didn't even touch the paint that was on it. I've had success with it before, soaking old RC wheels in brake fluid and then just getting a stiff bristle brush and brushing the old paint off, but didn't seem to work on this, so I've had to resort to sanding it. I've also removed where the lights usually fit, so it's just got some 2-part epoxy putty in there, so that'll be sanded flush, and then we'll be mounting the lights somewhere near the front like the actual car. Now it also needs a spoiler as well, so I've found this out, scuffed it up. Hopefully that's good enough. I'm going to try some plastic primer on it, see if it holds. If it doesn't, I may just have to order a spoiler in green and hope the colour matches okay. If not, shouldn't be too far off. So there we go. That's all plastic primed up. I did have to put a bit of knifing putty just in here. So I've got rid of the excess, cleaned all that up. So we're just going to give this one more, maybe 2 coats of primer, give it a flat down with 400. That should be ready for paint. And the spoiler has got a plastic primer on it already. So that's all been flatted down. So that one's ready to go. So we get this finished and hopefully get some paint on it. So while the body's drying, curing and everything else, because I've actually painted and clear coated that, I figured I'd get the chassis sorted. So we've got the standard Grasshopper chassis, we've got the 540 in there, just a generic brush speed controller. Ignore the converter, he runs the Tamiya plugs, I run XT60, so just put the converter in there so I can use one of my batteries to test it. We've got a Metal Gear servo in there. I've also sorted a spoiler mount, which I've made out of TPU, so it's flexible. So if he does crash it or roll it, hopefully we shouldn't snap the brace bar across the back of the chassis. So that should help with that. I've sorted out some decals for it. These are just test print on normal paper. I've then printed them on some decal paper and given them a quick coat of lacquer as well to help try and keep them a bit more waterproof. I've got 2 sets because I'll probably mess it up. And also I've got a hex adapter kit because we're putting red wheels on it, just like the Toy Story car. So let's get the wheels on. We're going to need to open up the hole on there so that they'll fit. And let's get the decals on the body and then hopefully get it all together. So there we go, that's the wheels fitted. Also got the spoiler mount on there, as I say, made out of TPU so it's flexible, so it shouldn't snap this brace here if there's any issues. Now it's time to get the body sorted. Now there was one last thing I needed to sort out for the body. That was, of course, googly eyes. So initially, when I've printed and modelled them, they were flat on the bottom, but I found once they were on the body, they were pointing down a bit too much. So luckily enough, printed 2 pairs. So I've modified the angle on the bottom so that once the body's on, it's actually sitting straight. So now I've actually assembled it all. So now let's have a look and see how it turned out. And there we go. As you can see, we've got the googly eyes on there. And now they're actually sat pretty level, which is good. All the decals are on. It's not perfect, but nothing I do is. But to be honest, I'm pretty happy with it. I just hope that Bob is as well. Printed some extra decals, stuck them on the side there. As I say, the spoiler is on TPU. So if he does crash it, we shouldn't have any risk of snapping the spoiler mount or damaging anything. It should just bend. That's the plan. And there we go. No, I haven't done the driver on this one. Maybe I will at some point, but that'll be easy enough to fit afterwards. We can just pop it through the window, do the screw up, and we should be good. But as there was no driver in the original car, we haven't got one in this. There's one final touch I need to do to it, which is put one of my stickers on. So I think we'll tuck it under the back here, out of the way. So I'm going to get that on, and then we can get a few shots of it rotating around, see how it looks. So there we go, calling that finished. Now as I say, Bob has no idea whatsoever that I've done this for him. He doesn't even know I've got him the remote. So as this is the same remote that he wanted so that him and his son can drive whatever car they want, the original plan was we were going to find him one of these, one paired to the lunchbox, one paired to the Neo Scorcher, and they can drive him around. So I'm going to surprise him with this. Hopefully he'll ignore this, but that's so we know this one is paired up with a Grasshopper. So the initial plan is tell him I found him a remote and I've paired it up to a car for now. And then show him this, get his initial reaction, and then surprise him by telling him it's his. Hopefully he likes it, and hopefully we actually get to run them, because at the moment the weather says it's absolutely going to chuck it down with rain. Fingers crossed it changes so we can take them out for a run. I'm going to try and get a reaction to the car and to him receiving it, and hopefully some running footage. Fingers crossed. So we're either going to have some running footage or it's going to be the end of the video. We'll soon find out.
No, man, no. Oh, mate.
So there we go. That's my video on creating a custom RC car for one of my best friends and surprising him with it. Don't worry, he has actually got it. I've just recorded this before I give it. But on that note, I'm going to end the video here. So thanks for watching. If you want to see me create more stupid cars, feel free, subscribe, like, comment, share and all that. And I'll see you in the next one.